Hey guys, it's Tahira, and today I'm going to be doing my Reading Rush TBR. So if you did not know, the Reading Rush is a week-long readathon that has been happening for many years. It used to be called the Booktubeathon before it was rebranded as the Reading Rush. And this year it's from July 20th to 26th, so literally like starting in a couple of days / tomorrow, depending on when this is up. So starting very soon is our conclusion here, and I had a little bit of trouble finding a TBR. One, because you can probably tell that my shelf is empty because I am moving soon in a few weeks, and of course packing had to start, so I don't have access to all my books, so I had to like pick and choose which ones I kind of knew I wanted to read in the next few weeks / a few months. I'm really excited to talk about all the books. Also, one thing, I am sad that there are no video challenges this year. I really loved the everyday, even though I didn't do all of them, like I really loved like the anticipation of waiting until the time when the video was released to see what the challenge was for the next day. And I don't know, that was just something I looked forward to. But this time there's like a reading vlog challenge, so I'm gonna try vlogging the whole week. I have a lot of stuff happening next week, so it's gonna be like it's gonna be a busy week with packing and a lot of other just random stuff happening. So I'm gonna be trying to vlog the whole week. I'm probably not gonna do a daily vlog because that's just too hard for me, and I've never done that before, and I feel like that'll be like really short daily vlogs. I might try to do it, I don't know yet, but for right now I'm thinking of doing a week-long vlog for the whole readathon. Anyway, let's just go ahead and get started with talking about the books I'll be reading this reading rush. So the first reading challenge for 2020 is to read a book that is the same color as your birthstone. So I was born on March 15th, which means that my birthstone is aquamarine, and as we all know, aquamarine is a blue-green color. So I decided to actually read a reread because I've been wanting to reread the series for a while, and I feel like this was a perfect time to reread it. And so I'm going to be reading The Selection by Kira Cass. This has been out for a really long time. It is a really popular YA dystopian series, and my sister recently reread it, and I just know, like, I don't know, like, somehow her rereading it just made me want to reread it. And I think it's a short book, it's fast, it's like not too deep, it's like a fun read, and it is the color of my birthstone. As you can see, it's like a blue-green color for her dress, so I thought this is a perfect read for a readathon in general. So yeah, I'll be reading The Selection this reading rush. The next challenge is to read a book that starts with the word the, and I had a lot of options for this, and it was really hard for me to narrow down which one I wanted to read. But I think I'm just gonna continue on with the Selection series and read The Elite by Kira Cass as well, because it starts with the, like, the elite. I don't know, I just found the perfect trilogy to, like, okay, I'm calling it a trilogy. I know there's like The Heir and the Crown, but we don't talk about her. I'm gonna consider this a trilogy because those two books are a disgrace to the series. But anyway, these books are just really fast and fun to get through, and I feel like this is a perfect series to read during a readathon. So yeah, for the challenge, I'll be reading The Elite, and of course The Selection also fits this challenge as well if I want to like combine challenges if I'm like behind during the week. The next book is a book to screen, like read a book that is inspired by a movie. I think it's read a book that is inspired by a movie you've already seen, and since this challenge kind of confuses me, I'm gonna go with like a book to movie adaptation or a book to screen adaptation in general. And this is a series that is not on screen yet, but I heard that it is going to be a Netflix original series, which is the Selection series. So I'll be reading The One, which is the third book, and yeah, I really don't care that I'm not reading any really new books this readathon. I just feel like I really want to reread this. This is a perfect series to read, and just, I don't know, I'm reading this series, okay? So The One is going to be counting for this challenge. And also The One also counts for a book that starts with the word the. And another book that I could be reading that has been turned into a series, I think on HBO or Hulu, I don't even know, but that is The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood, which also fulfills the word requirement because it starts with The Handmaid's Tale. So I have a lot of options for different challenges this readathon, which I think is great, and I've actually already started this. I started reading this during the school year, and then I don't know, I found this like kind of boring, so I never finished it. I'm like page 200 or something out of like barely 300, so I'm like most of the way through the book, but I think I might be able to finish this book during the readathon if I can find the time. It's clearly not a priority. The selection series is my biggest priority, and but if I have the time, I'll definitely get through this because I've read through most of it already, and I think it'll be like fine to just like quickly finish it. The next challenge is to read the first book you touch, and I'm actually going to be doing this like during the readathon. Like when it hits midnight on Monday my time, I'm gonna like close my eyes and out of my TBR stack I'll just like do this and like pick the first book and read the first book I touch. So I think that's, I guess you'll see that in my vlog if I do that, but yeah, I'm not gonna do that right now. The next challenge is to read a book completely outside, and there was a lot of backlash to this because obviously we're still in a pandemic and it's not safe to be currently outside, so they kind of like made it a challenge where they're like, oh, it's up to your interpretation, you can do whatever you want, you can read outside a window, you can read with a like your laptop open to a wallpaper that's like outside. I don't know, it was like they try to make it so like you can do whatever you want, but I think I'm either going to sit outside in my backyard or something. And it's really hot these days in California. It's like in the 90s, so I obviously picked a graphic novel for this one, and that is Mouse 2, A Survivor's Tale and Here My Troubles Began by Art Spiegelman. This book is a continuation of the first Mouse book that I actually read last year for last year's Reading Rush, which is kind of cool. So I'll be finishing the, I think, duology, I guess, this Reading Rush as well, and it's a graphic novel, so it'll be super easy and quick to go through while I'm reading outside. The sixth challenge is to read a book in a genre that you've always wanted to read more of, and for this one I'm choosing a book that I probably won't get to. It's like unlikely that I'll get to it, but that is Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn. Gillian Flynn? I don't know how to pronounce her name, but this is a psychological thriller, I think, and I've never really read those, but I've always wanted to delve into that genre, and I think Gone Girl is a good place to start because it's like super popular, and there's also a movie for it. Actually, this can also fit the book to movie challenge, so that's great. But yeah, I've always wanted to read horror and psychological thriller, and I think this is a great place to start. But I always like to keep my readathon books shorter, and this is like a bit longer, on the longer side for me. Like other people, it's only 400 pages, it's not that long, but like I like to keep it shorter just so I can like feel accomplished when I finish the book, even though I know that's not like the goal. I don't know, it just makes me feel better when I like finish a lot of books. And the last challenge is to read a book that is set in a different continent from where you live. So I obviously live in California, which is in the United States, which is in North America. So for this challenge I'll be reading A Thousand Splendid Suns by Khaled Hosseini, and I think this book is set in Afghanistan, so which is Asia, different continent. I read The Kite Runner a few months ago during the school year, and I really loved it, so I'm really excited to get to A Thousand Splendid Suns. But yeah, that is all the books I will be reading for the Reading Rush this year. I really hope I can get through at least 4 or 5 of these books because I always have an ambitious goal to read 7 during the week. I usually get through like 3 books of the 7 during like any readathon, so I'm gonna try to get through all 7, but my mini goal within that larger goal is to read at least 4 books. But yeah, I'm really excited for the Reading Rush this year. Let me know down below what books you're reading for this Reading Rush if you're participating, as I would love to know. But that is it for this video. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye!